Today, this movie is about a millionaire dog, so let's get into it. The movie begins by showing us a mischievous little dog named Trouble, who is very spoiled and lived better than many humans. He had all kinds of luxuries at his disposal. His home was a large, elegant mansion where he received the undivided attention of several employees. Among them, there was a canine stylist, a dog tamer who taught him tricks, and a butler who took care of every detail for the little troublemaker. The butler even perfumed his bottom after going to the bathroom. Everything was going well until one day, everyone around him suddenly stopped paying attention. He couldn't find his owner anywhere. The innocent dog couldn't understand that his owner had just passed away. A few days later, a married couple, Claire and Norbert, arrived at the mansion. They were the only living relatives of the old woman, and they were supposed to inherit her fortune. Upon arriving, these two fortune seekers began calculating everything they could sell. They even tried to chase the mischievous dog out of the mansion because they considered him a nuisance. However, when they went to the lawyer of the deceased old woman, they found out that they would only receive the money if they took care of the dog and managed to establish a bond with him. Thus, these two individuals embarked on a desperate search for him, unaware that the dog had run away and was now wandering the streets. During his wanderings, the dog encountered a truck, and the driver's maneuver accidentally threw him out of the vehicle. The next morning, some angry squirrels punished him by snatching his diamond necklace, which he had received as a gift. Disoriented, the dog continued to roam the streets until he found delicious sausages in a truck. Unfortunately, their encounter led to a stray dog named Rousey, forcing them to run from a truck and a restaurant in a hurry. Meanwhile, Claire and Norbert hired an expert animal tracker and offered him a substantial sum of money to find the dog. This man, known for his sharp sense of smell, began searching for the dog all over the place. Little did they know, the mischievous dog did not know how to survive alone and relied on Rousey to guide him. However, as Rousey didn't appreciate his company, she either abandoned him or sent him to the park with other dogs who had owners, hoping they would take care of him and help him find his way home. These dogs decided to find him a home and advised him to half-heartedly follow a moving vehicle until someone stopped and adopted him. Luckily, a kind-hearted person happened to pass by. Seeing the lost mischievous dog without a home, she decided to take him in while searching for his true owners. It was revealed that the dog had been alone for a short time, and the girl named Zoe was working as a pizza delivery person to make ends meet. Additionally, she had dreams of becoming a famous singer. It didn't take long for her to develop affection for the mischievous dog. His antics made her smile and inspired her to compose a beautiful song. She made him a necklace and ended up adopting him. One day, she took the dog to a park where he met other dogs that had owners. Despite not getting along with Mischievous, they ended up defending him when they saw squirrels attacking him. This led to a big fight between all of them. Meanwhile, the tracker happened to be in the park and took advantage of the confusion. He grabbed the tail of who he thought was Trouble but ended up mistakenly grabbing a squirrel. The tracker then bribed his companions with nuts, ensuring they would help capture the dog. Later, he went to Zoe's apartment, taking advantage of her absence. Through a window, they witnessed Trouble causing chaos and obstruction. When Zoe returned and saw the disaster, she blamed it all on the dog. At that moment, the owner of the building arrived, drawn by the barking. He witnessed the chaos and attempted to catch Trouble. Filled with remorse, Trouble tried to escape but was apprehended by the building owner, who then sent him to the kennel. Once in the kennel, Trouble encountered Rousey and other stray dogs. Although optimistic about finding someone who would adopt them and provide a safe home, Rousey warned Trouble not to have high hopes for humans, as they weren't trustworthy. Rousey shared her own story of being abandoned by her former owners when they falsely believed she had attacked their son. As she recounted her tale, sadness enveloped her. It was at that moment that the tracker arrived to take Trouble, inadvertently causing his collar to fall off. Shortly after, Zoe went to the kennel in search of her dog. Unfortunately, she didn't find him there, so she left the place, expressing to the other strays that if it were up to her, she would take them all. Upon hearing this, Rousey was deeply moved and changed her perception of humans. She decided to help Trouble with Zoe. Rousey devised a plan to free all the strays from the kennel and, at the same time, inform Zoe of their efforts. Meanwhile, Zoe, still feeling saddened, walked through the city streets with a photo of Trouble, asking if anyone had seen him. Despite her efforts, it seemed futile. Unknown to her, the tracker had taken Trouble to the Grand Mansion where he once again became the center of attention. However, none of this fulfilled Trouble's longing for Zoe. On the other hand, Rousey was determined not to give up. He went to a dog park that had an owner and asked for their assistance in finding his friend. One of the pets in the park, with enhanced hearing thanks to a cone, was able to determine the direction in which Trouble had been taken. Zoe noticed Rousey and the pet communicating, and taking advantage of the situation, Rousey showed her the collar, indicating that she knew where Trouble was. All the dogs, including Rousey and the pet with enhanced hearing, gathered together and led the way to the Grand Mansion. Meanwhile, Claire and Norbert, the fortune seekers, were in the mansion, pretending to be loving owners, as they met with the deceased old woman's lawyer. Their sole focus was on inheriting the great fortune. Trouble, who had been neglected and unloved during his last days, cursed, realizing that there were no righteous people in the world. As the doorbell rang, Zoe had an idea and decided to go to the lawyer's office where Claire and Norbert were present. The lawyer was informed about how Zoe had taken care of Trouble during the past few days. However, Claire, determined to secure the inheritance money, denied the claims and accused Zoe of hallucinating. Despite her denial, the evidence was undeniable, especially when the tracker appeared and demanded payment for finding Trouble after searching for him for several days. Despite Claire's persistent denial, the lawyer sensed that something was amiss and decided not to sign the contract until the situation was clarified. Claire refused to pay the tracker, and in a cunning move, the tracker called upon his dancing squirrels to distract everyone while he attempted to kidnap Trouble. Unbeknownst to him, the stray dogs had also arrived at the mansion to confront the squirrels. The squirrels managed to capture Trouble, and their threat to eliminate him loomed. Just as they were about to harm Trouble, Rousey burst into the scene, saving the dog's life. He fought off the squirrels and explained to Trouble that Zoe genuinely loved him, recounting how she had searched the entire city for him when he was lost. In light of the commotion, the lawyer decided that Trouble's fate should be determined by a choice. Much to Claire's dismay, Trouble chose Zoe, inadvertently making her the heir to the mansion and the great fortune. Zoe used the newfound wealth to remodel the dog park, and Bing, the talent scout who discovered Zoe's impressive singing voice, predicted a bright future for her. The producers came to the park to hear Zoe sing, and the film concludes by showing that all the dogs, including Trouble, are happy in their new park. Furthermore, Rousey finally opened her heart to humans and found love with the butler of the mansion, bringing a heartwarming end to their journey. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more interesting movies.